Hello and welcome back to Let's Play MLB 07 The Show. I'm Circle Master, and joining me this session we have the famed owner of the Kobe Crows, Hulkamat.
Called them cob crows in the chat, and I really thought that's what you thought they were called.
No, it's because
And
the
I was
no
like,
E,
that
because you changed your username to CircleMat.
Oh, that's true. I did do that.
I was leaning into it.
Hi, everybody.
And Polar Mike.
Hello, I still know nothing about baseball.
Yeah, you also don't have any E's in your username to take out, so there you go. Real quick, shout out to Wintergatan for providing a free license to a lot of great music that I'm going to use in this video instead of the mid-2000s trash rock that keeps getting copyright claimed. Thanks, Wintergatan. Check the description for links to that.
Woo. Sounds really good.
And what are we going to... Matt, you wanted to catch up on something, right?
Yeah, so this isn't Flaccid.
Oh, this is not Flaccid. This is his identical twin brother, Turgid Pnurtis, who got all of the dominant genes, while Flaccid got the recessive genes. He's 6'10", 180 pounds, closing pitcher, who's clean-shaven, baby-faced, but otherwise identical.
What?
I'm nodding. Yes. Okay. That sounds like a real. That sounds like a real. I do gotta say. I don't know if it starts in this game. It probably doesn't. But the MLB The Show game over time have realized that players grow beards, and they grow ridiculous beards. So they've put ridiculous beards into the game. However, they'll also generate like 17-year-olds with these like long beards nowadays, and it's like, no. That isn't a real human. What are you doing? Nobody has a beard that long at 7.
I need to go back a second. Circle, do you know what identical means?
Yes. Do you know what Metal Gear Solid is? And
I
the
do.
video game that I was referencing with the dominant and recessive genes comment.
Yes, I do. But I don't think were Liquid and Solid considered identical twins?
That was the premise given in Metal Gear Solid, was that they were identical twins because of the Project Les Enfants Terribles. But Liquid was under the belief that Solid Snake had all the dominant genes, and he had all the recessive genes, despite the fact that that's not how biology or genes work, or even dominant and recessive, meaning good and bad. Also not true.
Man, somehow things got even weirder for Metal Gear Solid for me.
Oh, it gets so weird.
Okay, well, that aside, we can continue. Sorry,
Yes.
that threw
if
me
you want to
off.
know more about how weird Metal Gear Solid is, go see Dinaru's LP mega thread of it that he hasn't updated in forever because he's constantly distracted by other things.
What position does Snake play?
Well,
probably.
He is always in the batter's box.
Probably a catcher. Yeah.
Well, I mean, with the conceit that the Pnurtis twins are Solid and Liquid, apparently Flaccid Pnurtis was Solid Snake and therefore played right field. So, you know, who knows? Hideo has not yet confirmed this.
You're on the Iowa Cubs, huh? You're already 0-2. What are you going to do about this?
I'm going to wait until I'm called in to relieve, and then I'm going to try to do the thing.
They're going to mostly be batting in the game.
Oh no, you're going to be mostly be pitching. That's all you're going to be doing, really, because a closer never gets up to bat. Oh my God, look at that lanky fellow.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, that is a weird pitching bar.
Yeah,
it's got. Bar I continue to use for every game nowadays.
Yeah, apparently this is in the options meter, and they have a different option called Classic, so this is apparently not even the traditional pitching meter.
It's like how they do golf.
So yeah, it's pretty much the same golf meter where it's the swing back and forth.
So you've decided to adopt a four-seam fastball as your dominant pitch, and you just kind of casually have a knuckleball that you throw.
No, the knuckleball is where we put most of our points. The knuckleball has all of the break in the world. And we recently upgraded the slider to have all of the break in the world. But we just have a mid-90s fastball that is straight as an arrow.
I don't really know how the knuckleball has worked with the CPU in this game. I find that the knuckleball in these games are mostly to confuse people you're actually playing against, not the computer, because the ball just goes places that you don't expect it to go.
Hit hard to the right.
Wouldn't that be the same for any of the balls in the game that like actually move?
Well, I mean,
a computer would know where it's going.
I mean, if a slider, you know which direction it's going. A curveball, you know which direction it's going in. A knuckleball can go wherever the hell it's like, oh, it's floating upward. Okay, how about that?
But he got the batter to swing underneath it, and he popped it up.
All right,
so look, we got the out. We did it.
Your first out ever? Question mark.
No. Well, the only previous play time was in spring training, which doesn't really count.
Okay.
And here's the
first game out.
And a swing and a ball hit well down the left field line.
Oh man, they're really hitting you hard though when they get that barrel on the ball.
And he misses with it, 1-1.
Yeah, and he'll look for something a little higher here.
I have faith that you'll find that location.
I mean, it doesn't help that the indicator fades away.
Yeah, that's weird that it does that when it's a single player.
That's the default. I guess it's more for multiplayer, but it's making my life a little bit harder, and that is probably more entertaining.
And that'll get on through into center, and he's got himself a one-out hit.
All right, it's just a base hit.
Oh my god, what did that sign in the background say? It said say no to something.
Oh my god, did they take you out of the game?
No, it's giving me... You will periodically get goals, and it's just giving me that now it wants me to do a ground ball so they get the double play and end the game.
Stupid, you don't want them to get a hit or put out of the ball. Strike them out. Don't listen to them.
Well, we need points.
All right.
Yeah, accomplishing goals gives you training points, and that's how we get better at the game.
That wasn't a ground out.
It wasn't a ground.
No.
It was a one pitch out. That's. There were. Man, there are. Yeah, I failed. There we go. There were so many. There are so many ways to abuse the CPU in the early going of these games. I specifically remember as pitcher being able to. I would charge the batter as they were running to first, and it would cause them to try and avoid you, but then they would just pass first base and just keep running up the right field line until you couldn't line up with them anymore. Oh, this is great. Not a dominant first showing.
It's the minors. He's just started. It's his first day.
I don't know, man. This could be it.
I don't think that we're not going to get fired out of our 2-year contract for blowing one save.
Okay, but in my mind, that would happen to me.
And a fastball just misses for ball one.
Oh, boy. Patient.
Fastball got him to swing through it.
Oh my goodness, he finally swung through one.
Swung and a miss.
Spot the fastball down there.
Inside and low, 2-1.
Getting a little better at the line. It's a very fast pitch, though.
So does the meter work where the right side is the speed and how close you are to the left is how accurate?
So I find
yeah, you're trying to get back to that starting dash on the left, and the further to the right it goes, the more power you're putting into the pitch.
Hit hard towards second. Well, this one is gloved for the
out. Good catch. Not by you, but you know.
Of course not by me. I'm the pitcher.
Pitchers can catch.
Well, I did catch that pop-up.
Yeah.
Let's go now to our new era cap.
All balls were in play. Not great, but got the save.
We got the save. We didn't give up any runs. Didn't have any walks. I'm happy with that.
They're really happy in the locker room. They won their first game. Arms in the air, hugging each other.
A no-hitter, while statistically good.
This is not a no-hitter. No-hitters are something that starting pitchers get.
But it'd be boring to watch that. If no one ever hit the ball, just the entire game, just all strikes.
It could be exciting, but when there's no offense from both teams, it's probably the most frustrating thing in the world. Like, there's nothing like watching someone pitch a perfect game, but their team hasn't scored a run. It's like, oh my god, this guy's gonna have to pitch in extras or get called out, even though he's pitching perfect. It is the most frustrating thing in the world.
That reminds me of this sci-fi story I read from years ago about, it's in the future. Baseball is kind of regarded as boring. It's losing viewership. And the point of view is from this manager who's trying to keep viewership alive. He's recruiting this new pitcher from Dominican Republic or whatever. And the pitcher somehow always throws strikes and never gets swung on.
0 for 2 thus far.
And it's really weird for this manager to watch this guy play where just nobody swings at his pitches.
And here's a fastball called for strike.
And it turns out that the pitcher has this psychic power where he makes the batter not swing. He uses like a mental command to say, don't swing. And that's how he's winning all his games. And the manager's like, okay, you're winning games, but this is going to be really boring. I need to teach you to be a decent pitcher and then use your psychic power in like clutch situations. And then that'll work and you'll be a great star. So most of it is about, this training process and all that stuff. And then it gets to his first major league appearance. And the manager's put in all this work, and he sees this guy as like a way to be the next superstar and bring appeal back to baseball. And the first pitch is this meatball right down the middle, and the batter doesn't swing. And the manager instantly realizes that the pitcher is going back to just using the trick on every pitch. And like the last paragraph is the guy's throwing 3 strike outs every single time. And the crowd is like losing interest and people are leaving the stadium because nothing is happening.
I mean, I feel like that's an unethical violation.
Look, you show me in the MLB regs where it says no psychic powers are to be used on the opposing players.
Honestly, all he needed to do was like give out the command swing low and just throw the ball high every time, or like vice versa.
Well, that was part of what the manager was trying to teach him to do. Like there was a bit where he's like teaching him, like he gives up a ground ball and tell the batter to hesitate on the step, like lose a step so that he gets beaten to first base. So he still gets the out and he's still using his psychic power, but it's not like the most boring thing ever. And then when the guy gets to the major league, he just gives it all up and he's like, no, I'm going to pitch a perfect game of like 27 strikes in a row.
Definitely.
Why?
You're basically holding someone back from doing something.
Knuckleball there, but it dances outside. Ball 1.
Yeah, everyone has their own skills.
No!
I mean, is it any different than a pitcher throwing a pitch high and inside to make the batter back off and then going outside with it now that the batter's scared?
Yes, because they have the free will to swing.
Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by
Oh,
much,
come
and it's
on.
2-0.
That's
In
Wow.
a close ball game, I think you let him throw you one here.
Honestly, I forgot you were playing a game and thought this was just like actual
Lays
baseball
off a pitch
playing.
just below the knees. It's 3-0.
I don't know
well,
about
I mean,
that.
the crowd is basically the same as the ones in the stadium now, cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, that's true.
They're a lot more animated.
And that misses ball 4.
How is that low?
To second now with
Oh
only
my!
one
That
away.
this
Well,
ump
Four
is.
this is the
balls
old
in a row.
saying,
What the
when
heck
in
happened
doubt,
there?
check it
Uh-oh,
out as
you
they'll
get-
gather
You
the
are
entire
so
infield here to make sure they've got the correct play set up.
That was a tight strike zone, man. That is a wide ball. So
Number 25
I'm going to tell you a little
will get
story
another
about
crack.
Road to
1 for
Joe.
3 thus far.
Probably, I don't remember which version of MLB the show it was, but so I had a closing pitcher, and
waiting
I was
for
on
him
the
to call the
team,
strike, but he never did.
and one of the
It's
things
1-0.
it did was it made
And
they
now
were
we'll
like,
see the
we want
infield
you to be a
shift into
starter.
double play depth right here.
It's like, no, I chose closing pitcher for a reason. I put nothing in his stamina.
Pretty well
And then they
hit. Deep
punished
down
me
the line in
for
right,
wanting
but
to
that's
for not wanting
back
to do
into
that.
the
They
seats,
benched me for
foul
like
ball.
3 weeks. Then they finally let me play again. And by the time I was playing again and pitching, I guess they had traded away their only catchers on the team because a center fielder
Just
was
not gonna
playing
get 'em
catcher.
anything good here.
And the way the game does this is if someone's out of position, they just play really bad. So every single pitch I threw was a pass ball. It, like, when I say a pass ball, I mean the catcher just didn't catch it and it went behind him. And so I would strike someone out on 3 pitches, but because the ball got by the way, good strikeout.
Yeah,
Because
with the knuckle.
Because the ball got by, they were just able to run to first and beat it out. So I would get an out, but there wouldn't be an out because they made it to first. And then I would throw the next pitch. They'd steal second base. I'd throw the next pitch. They'd steal third base, but then the catcher would throw it to third. It would go high over the third baseman's head, and they'd score. It sucked. I was demanding a trade constantly, and they wouldn't give it to me. And eventually, I had to give up on that game. Oh, no. Actually, I got them to trade me, but then that team traded me back 3 weeks later. I was furious.
Back to the first team.
Yeah, I was furious. I was like, finally, I can get this guy's career on the road. Oh, I'm traded back to this team with a catcher that's ruining my career because I was being attributed for all the run.
Well, he
It
made the most of
sucked.
his opportunities here. You see the 3 RBIs in the game, and they were all.
I'll have to post a video of that, Red. Because believe me, I recorded a video of it.
But did it have your commentary with it? Your
It definitely did.
exasperated anger at the moment.
No. No, it was just a very passive aggressive. No, it was actually a fully aggressive, if I recall correctly. I was so mad. This game had very strange goals early on, or this series, I should say. A lot of the goals are really not. They're like, hey, get this many strikeouts in this amount of time, but also, or get this type of hit this many times, or take walks, and it's just like it's not always your style of play. It kind of sucks because they basically punish you for not doing things you kind of just want to do. I want to get a hit.
That reminds me, we haven't actually looked at our contract goals.
Oh boy.
You'll have to remind me to check that after this game.
Yeah, they took those out of the later games. Thanks. Ooh, this guy, Matt.
He's 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. I think I can handle him, he says before giving up a home run.
Hit. This is a base hit.
No, it's over the fence.
Matt Sapicki checks his swing here on the first pitch, and it's 1-0.
How did that get that far inside? It was, whatever.
This was the last year Matt Sapicki ever played.
And a good throw gets him.
Oh, I'm so glad that Square was throw to first because I wasn't sure.
Well, this is how you want to close things out. He comes in to
Where
start
is
the ninth and
first?
immediately gets a ground ball out.
Yeah, because it's supposed to
it's
mirror
inverted.
like the baseball diamond, the face buttons, and I never remember from which perspective it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's
because I would
very
think,
confusing.
yeah, I would think circle. But I guess I guess if it's from your perspective,
Fastball hit on the ground is
It's
short.
very strange though when you're
Throw gets him 2 down.
like triangle is to throw home.
2 up and 2 down in the
But
ninth so
normally
far. This one
triangle
looks
when
just
you're
about to be
in the old
bag.
games be from the batter's point of view. Even if
yeah.
you're pitcher, so you would press triangle to go to first. So it's a very strange switch.
Especially like since like the outfields left and right are from the batter's perspective.
First pitch coming.
Not that you throw to the outfield, but you know,
And sometimes guys will chase after that.
maybe you
fly ball
do.
when it's at
I'm not
high
going to
level.
judge
I
you.
mean,
I don't
if you're
play
Flaccid Pnurtis, you have to throw to the outfield because you can't even reach the cutoff man.
On the ground down the first base
So I
line.
remember all the trouble Flaccid had catching the balls by the wall because he couldn't jump, and now we're playing his brother who's super tall and probably should be in that position but isn't.
So
No,
Paul
he's a
Hoover,
pitcher.
So Paul Hoover here had like a 10-year career, but he only played 40 games, and just got a base hit off you. How about that?
Look, it's
This
fine.
is one of those 40.
Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, but this is back.
Not everyone can be as incredible as Flaccid J.
Turgid. Does Turgid have a middle name?
I've been told his middle initial is K for strikeout.
I see.
It might be an ironic name.
Well, that's a good job of base
That was
running
Robert
right
and
there.
no,
He's
I
the
actually
tying
know who
run,
he
and
is,
he takes
so
the
I'm not
extra base and
surprised,
winds up at third.
even though he's not very good.
I just need to get one out. Come on.
You could do this. It's
Apparently I
Curtis
cannot.
Ford. I've never heard of Curtis Ford in my life. Got it.
Now here's the first pitch. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
Good idea trying to work the outside part of the plate with the hard stuff.
Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
Do you always try and mimic where the catcher wants it?
Generally, just because I don't have a real solid grasp of where I should be putting the ball.
I gotcha. Generally I'll do it occasionally, but I like to ignore them and almost always throw to like the lower right corner or away from them. Have a slider going away, something like that.
Oh, like that.
Nice. There you go.
The possible tying run over to third, but can't get him across.
Already, we get much more success with Turgid, I'm sure.
He comes right after him and gets the strikeout for the victory.
Well,
It helps when you only have to get 3 outs.
So let's go ahead, David.
Yes.
This fella right here, a deserving recipient of our upper deck.
and I mean, Flaccid Pnurtis started out doing pretty decently for like in hitting, not in fielding, but as far as at the plate performance, he was obviously doing much better when I had control of him than when he was simmed because his stats were low. Whereas I think with Turgid Pnurtis, he's going to do better when he's simmed than when I control him because I don't do pitching that often.
I've decided to look up top prospects at this time were 2007.
Yeah, who was the number 1 draft pick in 2007? Does baseball have draft picks?
They do have draft picks. Yes, I'm not so much looking at the draft. I'm looking at the top prospects at the time. I will take a look at draft. Give me 1 second.
Also, we are having to come in every single game, and that's annoying.
Yeah, our main pitcher should do better.
Ooh, the first pick in 2007, David Price. Very.
With nobody out in the 9th inning.
Let me look at the number one. The number 1 prospect was Delman Dog. Oh my God!
I have no idea who that is.
Delman Young, Mr. I never take a walk. He is probably not the best prospect on this list. Looking down, Troy Tulowitzki. That's a sad story. Andrew McCutcheon. McCutcheon's pretty great. Oh my God, they dropped the ball. They've made you fail your goal. I don't know what the goal was. They made you.
That was a Pnurtis level performance in the field there.
Oh, Tim Lindsay, which means that Clayton Kershaw's on here, which means Clayton Kershaw is, by and large, the best prospect on this list.
And he throws the fastball by him.
I have a Clayton Kershaw in my Super League team, but I honestly know nothing about him.
Clayton Kershaw is probably
in the dirt here.
He's probably the best pitcher of the last decade. Like that's probably the best way to talk about him. He won 3 Cy Youngs. He was always really great. His problem was that he always choked in the postseason, for lack of a better term. Like people talk about, like, I hated the narrative myself, but the reality was all these big games in the postseason, he would be doing well, and then next thing you know, he gives up like 4 runs. It's like, oh, he couldn't get it done. That happened pretty much every postseason for the last 6-7 years until this year when they won the World Series.
Here's the first offering. The pitch, a knuckleball, and he can't get a grip on it as this gets away.
I put that right where you said, Mr. Catcher.
It looks like that you got the center field catcher that I have.
Boy, that's a costly mistake there, as now you wipe out the double play possibility.
A couple of men in scoring position here with none down.
Well, that was me screwing up the meter.
Let the pitcher in the on-deck circle try and swing the bat.
2-0 is a fastball, not close. He's behind.
Oh man, I think yes.
And looks like
I think I'm demoralized is what's happened here.
There are
and they'll just make him throw one over.
I do notice that the little line that you're supposed to line up with has practically disappeared.
Yeah, it has entirely disappeared at this point.
Which means you have no confidence right now.
Ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really
I didn't even think that was a ball. Oof.
Here you go. Time for a strikeout.
Yeah, I think it's time to take the L.
No. You can do it.
No, it's K.
I would just throw fastballs.
Look,
oh my God.
That should have been good.
I wouldn't even throw at the corner. I'd just throw a little low. Oh, you clearly have really bad location right now.
And that's right there, and we're even at 1.
Oh.
And this is low, ball 2.
2-1.
Good discipline there.
I guess it could have been low. I don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely outside.
Well, there was no way it was outside. It might have been inside.
Inside, I mean.
Oh, he wanted that one, but it misses for ball 3.
Wait, what?
And that's the pitcher up there. You got to throw strikes here.
I could have just missed where the box was there, but also that looks like a strike.
Ball to second. This could be 2. There's 1.
Oh my God! Clutch! There you go. Only 1 run.
Well, that changes the complexion.
Which still is a failed goal.
I don't know why. It was very clear that a run was going to score. Getting 2 outs here was probably the best result you could have asked for.
Yeah, I guess the game wanted me to do 3 strikeouts in a row, but that wasn't going to happen.
Well, probably wanted 1 strikeout and then a grounded double play. But see that guy? His name is Jason Wood, and he grabbed his crotch.
Yeah.
That's back into the seats, foul.
He doesn't know that he's facing Turgid Pnurtis, though. There's no crotch grab that can save you from him.
I'm trying to remember who that pitcher was that always grabbed his crotch for a pitch or struck somebody out.
That's really weird.
It was like a really exaggerated crotch grab, too. Like, I think, like...
Down the line. Oh, but just foul.
I think before the Scabs took it over, someone at Deadspin put it.
Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it.
You made it.
Oh, on to first, and the ball game is over.
Yeah, I didn't. think
He
you
didn't
pushed-
actually step on the
He
base,
didn't
but he got
actually-
close
The
enough.
umpire felt bad for you. He felt bad.
Well, I mean, the game took over for the control at that point, so it was just an animation bug, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's another thing about this game. These forced animations will sometimes completely screw you. It's like, oh, I'm going to throw the ball to first, but then they do a slow throw. It's like, what the hell? What the hell?
That's a nice healthy 9 ERA.
I mean, I think that's just based on this game, not
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, this is the individual game stats.
Yeah. Very weird way to show you. You failed 4 of your goals.
Look, it happens.
I like how one of them said goals not attempted, but it's like, I mean, you clearly didn't attempt those goals.
No, I did attempt the goal. It's more for hitting that you can get goals not attempted. So at this point, because we are over 30 minutes in, we are going to sim the rest of the month because I'm going to hit the wrong button and hit sim to next appearance instead of
Send the next month.
So I guess
Yeah,
we're
we're getting
doing
a bonus.
a XL episode.
Nice.
Extra
Getting a
long,
bonus.
just like Turgid's extra long.
This is the PL also, huh?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. I think all the balls are like. I could be just talking out my butt here, but I seem to recall that there are some inflated averages in the PCL, like contact is a lot more prevalent there, or like I think it has more to do with like the elevation of where they are, so the balls travel further.
I'm sorry. It's the 7th inning. We're down 13-0, and they call me in.
So they needed a pitcher. They needed a pitcher to get some innings, so they're giving it to
right there for strike one.
On the bright side, there's no pressure here. There's no pressure here. These are great. These are great opportunities to get more points and not actually have to worry about winning the game.
Yeah, I guess I can't blow a save if I am 13 runs behind already.
I wouldn't perform badly here, but also this is like a great opportunity to just get some more points because I think you get points per actual outing. So let's go.
I don't know how the points work exactly. You do get points for games that you sim, just not nearly as many as for games you play.
Start throwing some pitches down the middle, in my opinion.
First, as the first base coach had to do a little.
Oh, maybe not here. Throw a knuckleball down the middle. Just a floater. Just give him a freaking meatball.
So he's down on strikes for the
Yeah. All right.
I'll take it.
Run here on one hit, which was the home run.
Now it's going to make me bad, I bet.
No one left on base.
Yep. I need to get ahead in the
Oh
count.
my God, a closer. All right, so just don't swing on the first pitch or the first.
But look, it's
only-
bottom of the 8th, which means I didn't pitch in the 8th inning.
Oh, I thought you were bad.
What?
Never mind.
Oh, no. Okay. I was confused there.
Yeah, I was too.
First pitch on the way. Swing and a ball headed towards the hole. Oh, a tough play.
Oh,
But the throw
get him?
being
No,
well late. So a good
Yeah, I
play,
think that-
but it's all
What happened
That's
there?
goal succeeded.
single.
Nice.
Apparently
would
giving
be-
up a hit on the first pitch means I got ahead in the count.
I mean, kind of did.
Eric Reed will bat now. Couple of hits in 4 trips.
See, that
Throw some
doesn't look
knuckles
like a ground ball location.
Now a ball lined to the right side.
Well, that wasn't either.
Yeah, that. Let's just start throwing some knuckles here. Just ignore your catcher at this point.
But, like, if I do a knuckleball, even, like, dead center in the middle, the ball curves, it breaks so hard, it goes outside the zone anyway.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Number 10 will dig in, needing to come up with a
Wow, 5 for 5 guy. Let's get him out. Let's humble him.
Knuckleball, then this runs inside. He's got to back out of the way.
Look at what
First and
what
second, there was
distance.
nobody out.
Another knuckleball, not moving the thing at all.
In the air to right center. And he will get
That-
there as he
that
puts this one
should-
away on the
yes,
run for the
okay.
first out of the inning.
Oh,
you
is
can
that
get him.
going to be a
You can
double
get him.
play?
You can get him. Yeah, boy. And this is back when they couldn't do replays, so you got that out, no matter what.
Yeah,
don't think
he
that
was seriously out.
Number 76 will stand in working on a
He was
3-hit
complaining,
ball
too.
All
game.
right, we're going to stick to the knuckleball down the middle thing. That's working.
Now a ball hit hard but fouled as this one forces the third base coach to dance out of danger.
I'd say if you get 0-2 on the count, I would do a.
1-1.
Well, let's see. Let's see if you get to 2 first. Let's see if you get to 2 strikes.
Inside corner called.
All right, so here's what I'm going to suggest. We're going to do a slider, but I want it to be on like the lower left. Like I want you to hit the lower left on the slider.
Swing and a miss as the slider sets.
Yeah,
I should get you to be the catcher here for this whole command.
There we go. So the thing is that ball starts outside. If it doesn't break enough, they'll at
Okay,
least
now I
swing at
actually
it.
am batting.
Or they might swing at it. Oh, here we go. Don't swing until there's a strike, is my advice.
I mean, look at this strike zone.
Yes, you got Gary Sheffield's stance. There you
Yes.
go.
And we kick off the ninth inning with a swinging
told you
strike
not to
here.
swing
Nothing
until there
but
was a
I don't know that it's a strike or not, though. The strike
yeah,
zone,
but
the strike zone is the size of Alberta.
Oh, well, I know all about that.
close, and it's even at 1-1.
You're a pitcher. They're not going to give you anything. Well, they might throw you a cookie eventually.
You know what? That's actually a pretty decent
In the zone for him, and he
ratio
takes the
for
ball, strike
Alberta.
2.
Look at how high that was.
Oh my god!
and yet,
I was just this is a Aaron Judge level strike zone right here.
okay, even I can lay off this one.
Pretty good. Getting 5 pitches as the pitcher. I almost always guess
2-2
downward
pitch on the way.
to see if it's there. All right, let's foul this off.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the
Nope.
first out.
Oh boy,
I was way early on it.
I can see why Flaccid has such a tough time. I'm joking.
Well, Flaccid was good at batting when I was in control of it, but he actually had batting ability.
Here, but I think we can agree on naming this fella right
And they didn't make me
here.
pitch
I
the.
think
I
you're
guess
gonna
we
pitch a
don't
third.
pitch the ninth because we just lose at the midpoint of the ninth inning.
Still, good job. You accomplished your goal. You got 2
strikeouts.
strikeouts. You somehow induced a double play.
A double play by the outfielder, in fact.
Do you spend points before you sim the rest of the month? Try and get the most
I will
of it?
sim the rest of the month and then spend points at the end because it's like a 30-day cutoff of if you haven't trained it, you lose points in it.
Got it.
That's so
See,
weird.
that was only worth 70 training points. Okay, so this time let's actually sim the rest of the month.
Go. Let's take a look at how this team does. Win. Lose. Oh, dear. Okay. Damn, look at how slow this is. This is on the PS2?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Oh, baby. There we go.
I mean, it looks like there's more wins than
Oh, we
losses.
swept those guys.
Not only that, but they were all close games, so you almost certainly pitched one of them.
We're racking
Yeah, I
up
remember-
21 emails.
I remember watching the simming for the last Flaccid one, and I was able to count the wins on one hand.
Damn, look at this. Let's look at your stats. Let's look at your stat line.
13 saves, no losses.
6 walks. How many hit? Oh, last game. Let's tell you the hits, huh?
Was that not
So that was how many you got in last game. Got to be a stat.
achievements? Career stats.
Here we go. Yeah, 2
17
alright.
games. So yeah, 13 saves.
21 hits, 4 earned runs. So apparently, you're getting some strikeouts though.
Then we have the stats that I don't know what they mean.
Win away, lost home. TBF, I don't know what that is. To be fair, total batters
faced.
There we go.
To be fair.
Blown save. No blown saves. That's good too.
Here we go. Contract goals. So we need
no more
40
than
innings
4 wild
pitched.
pitches. Oh, good.
Well, we had 0 wins and 0 losses this month, so we got that one easy.
Yeah. But like, I don't know about a whip. I don't know about that whip.
See, I don't even know what whip means.
Walks and hits per inning pitched. You seem to be giving more. You might have a whip lower than 2, actually. I'm being.
We actually have quite a few training points. This was more than we got at the end of spring training. So we're gonna do a pitching coach just to maintain those and make sure they don't go down. And then we're gonna talk about what pitch we want to be better, how.
So what did you find yourself going towards a lot more during that?
I literally just remembered the last game where I was like, I'm just gonna throw knuckleballs and see what happens.
This is true. You might want to work on the break of your slider a bit, just because the more that slider breaks, the more you can fool people with it.
All right, we can do that.
But also, if I'll say that the knuckleball is your big pitch.
So basically train everything once to make sure they don't go down. Like, look how much the knuckle velocity went up with just one session. These go up a ton.
I think it's because you're still low level. Like, they'll eventually stop going up a certain degree.
You know what? I'm going to do...
No, put in 420.
No, I'm going to do 505. So I can get a nice round number, and we'll see how much progress that does on the break. So it probably won't even take all.
Let's take a look at the others before you finish up here. Your break's crazy. Okay.
Is that maxed out? That might be maxed out now. It's a little bit going beyond the white though, so I don't know.
Yeah. Let's scroll down a bit. I want to see some others.
So there's just velocity control and movement on all 3 pitches.
I gotta say, my other suggestion was going to be maybe the control, just because there were a lot of pitches that just weren't going where you wanted them to
going where I was telling him. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have control. So what, knuckle control or slider control?
Knuckle control is always going to be bonkers, but you might not.
Knuckle movement.
You do go to your fast. Seems like you did go to your fastball quite a bit, so I would work on your fastball control just a little bit.
Yeah, that was because we kept needing to actually.
We need to get strikes, so I had to throw it straight.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah. So it won't. The fastball hopefully won't go wild. I find that the slider is such a good strike 3 pitch, just because if you can get it to hit the corners, if you have so much control on that slider. And you can get it to hit those outside corners, or you can or let's say you're throwing it inside, you can have it look like it's going to be going in the middle, but then it slides all the way inside. You can do that; they'll almost always swing, and that's going to be your big out pitch, probably, or that's my big out pitch. Oh my God, that was Ryan Howard.
Who? Oh, on the screen.
Yeah. Ryan Howard was he was a Philadelphia Philly. Had an insane season, like in his third year, hit like nearly 60 home runs, and he was hitting like a monster for the next few years. Then he got hurt. He was signed to a crazy contract, and he then started to stink. And he was on the Phillies for a long time, even though he was really bad because of that contract. Very upsetting story, because he was a monster. And then he just suddenly couldn't hit anything.
I just want to point out that we're better than this reliever who's starting for the Cubs.
Yell
I think we should
Vasquez?
get called up. Because look at this. Our bar is definitely longer than his bars.
Mine's bigger.
Our bar is bigger.
We have a very turgid bar compared to him. Alright, well that's going to do it for this episode. I want to thank Hulkamet and Polar Mike for joining me here.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
I may have to guide you more in pitching. And
I think you do. But until next time, take care.
goodbye, everybody.
Bye.